Hello, everyone. This is Kyle Galaz with Poor2Pro Car Sales Training Podcast. Become a sales titan. I love doing that intro because you salespeople out there are becoming sales titans. Keep listening to the podcast. Keep training. Keep trying to get better every day, and you will become that sales titan selling 15, 20 plus cars a month, making 10,000 plus a month, and making that 100K or more a year in the car business. It's so doable, and you just have to create a new path to get there. So appreciate your guys' support in the podcast. Please share this episode with someone you feel might benefit from some car sales training. A lot of dealerships out there aren't providing the right training, but they expect you to perform at the highest level. Well, to perform at high levels, you have to get high level training, and you're going to get it with Poor2Pro and Kyle Galaz. I promise you that. I'm entering my 22nd year in the car business and my seventh year as a car sales manager. So I got the information for you. You just have to take it and run with it. So I appreciate your guys' support in the podcast, all the kind words. So we are now in season 7, and episode 1 is titled, Would You Hire You? Before we get into that, I want to talk about season 8 that will be starting in a couple months. Season 8 is going to be another round of one-on-one training sessions. I'm going to have 10 episodes, just like season 4. And we're going to do one-on-one training sessions. So if you want to be a part of the podcast and go down in history with the podcast with Kyle Galaz and Poor2Pro, sign up for a one-on-one. I only have 10 slots, 10 episodes. It's $149 USD. It's super easy. You send me 3 to 4 topics that you want to elevate in the car business. I put together a game plan. I send you the Zoom link, and boom, we're connected. So make sure you book me ASAP. Don't wait. If you've been on the fence about it, go to my Instagram. Look at the testimonials of people that have done one-on-ones. And look at my ratings on Apple and Spotify. They're perfect because I'm really trying to help the car business get to the next level. I'm trying to help you guys become sales titans. And it comes out of my pores. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I really want to help everyone out there get better in the car business because we want to elevate the car business as a whole. So I appreciate your guys' support. So make sure you book a one-on-one for season 8. All right, let's get started. Season 7, episode 1, Would You Hire You? Here's what I want you to do. I want you to imagine in this podcast episode, really think about this right now and take a second to become the owner of a dealership. I want you to put yourself in the owner's shoes, okay, at a high-level dealership. You just started a dealership and you want to hire elite salesmen because you as the owner want to make a ton of money. Now, I need you to pull yourself out of the salesman mindset right now and truly put yourself in that owner's mindset. I am the owner. I want to make a ridiculous amount of money, and I want all my wildest dreams to come true. So I need to hire an elite sales team to get me to that level. This is where that would you hire you comes into, is I need you to put yourself in the owner's shoes. So imagine if you're the owner of a dealership and you're looking to fill your empty sales department with elite salespeople. You have no sales team right now, and you need, let's say, 10 or 15 salespeople. Okay? But to get these salespeople, there aren't going to be any interviews. There's no resumes. There's no job application. You can only watch these salespeople for a month each. And when you watch these salespeople from a hidden camera and microphones all set up, you're watching how they perform right now at their current dealership because you're going to pluck them from that particular dealership and put them at your dealership. But the interview and the application and the resume are gone. You can only simply watch these salespeople. Well, guess what? You're one of these salespeople that you are watching. It's kind of a weird thing. It's like a Inception type thing. You're watching yourself from I don't know. But just imagine this with me. You're the owner, and you're watching salespeople that you're trying to hire, and the only way you can hire them is by watching them for, I don't know, a couple weeks or a month to see how they perform now, see what they do at work now, and then you can decide, okay, that's the guy I want, or that's the girl I want. There's no applications, there's no interviews, there's no resumes. Okay, so you can only watch. And what I'm asking you as the owner, quote unquote, is what kind of things are you going to watch by watching yourself on the sales floor? Your current version of yourself on the sales floor. Not who you want to be, not who you were in the sales department. I'm talking about who you are right now. If you, the owner, the version of you that's the owner, was watching you right now, the version of you that's a salesperson, what would they say? What would you say about yourself? Would you say, yep, hire him, he's elite, or she's elite, done, hire it, I want him on the elite sales team? Or would you say, yeah, I don't know, man, I need to really think about this. There's some good, there's definitely some bad, there's a little ugly in there, but there is some elite qualities in there. And this is where I ask you to be very truthful with yourself as your current salesperson skills, mindset, abilities, work ethic. These are all the things that you need to do a self-reflect. It's like a defrag, and you're looking at yourself as a whole and saying, okay, would I hire me? Right? Would you hire you based on what you're doing right now? So you need to look at yourself from a different point of view. Look at your current self from a dealership's owner point of view and ask yourself, would you hire you? And be truthful, because being truthful with yourself is the best way to get to the next level. Where do you need help? Where are you failing? Where are you successful? Where are you extremely strong at? Where are you extremely weak at? And maybe write these things down. Get a piece of paper out and write these things down and visualize the good, the bad, the ugly, and the elite. Do 4 categories: the good, the bad, the ugly, and the elite side of you, and write down, what am I elite at? Am I elite at walkarounds? Am I elite at closing deals? Am I elite at overcoming objections? Right? What about the bad? Am I bad at coming to work on time? Am I bad at closing deals? Am I bad at doing walkarounds? Am I bad at doing social media? What things are you good at? Hey, I'm kind of good at, doing a walk around. I'm kind of good at closing deals. I'm kind of good at paperwork. What about the ugly? Think about some of the ugly things that characteristics that you might have, and write these things down and be truthful. You don't have to show anybody this list. You don't have to be embarrassed in front of somebody. Don't tell anybody. Just write down 4 categories: good, bad, ugly, and elite, and start writing down, man, this is stuff that I'm really good at. And the things that you have in the ugly category and the bad category, at least now you know these are things I need to work on. Because if you can move, listen to this, if you can move all the characteristics of you to the elite side, I'm elite at credit apps, I'm elite at overcoming objections, I'm elite at walkarounds, I'm elite at social media, I'm elite at whatever, closing. If you can become elite at all these categories, guess what's going to happen to your paycheck? You're going to start getting paid like an elite salesperson. And that comes to 5 figures a month. Not, I made $4,000 this month, I can pay my bills. No, how about I made $13,000 this month, I paid my bills, I bought $4,000 in crypto, and I still put some money in the savings account. That's what I'm talking about. And yes, I'm buying a new Porsche, right? That's you. I'm buying a new Porsche. This is or whatever dream car you want. That's the elite stuff. So you need to move the good, the bad, the ugly to elite. So you got to be truthful. If you answered no in some of these categories, like, no, I'm not that good at this, I'm not good at that, that doesn't mean this is the end result. This is just who I am. No. If you can't say you're good at a particular thing, or you're not great at a particular thing, or not elite, that's okay. That's why this episode is, I'm making this episode so you can self-reflect on what you need to operate, what you need to change, and start getting to that elite level. Now, there is a dollar value to every characteristic. This is something that I really wanted to cover in this episode, a dollar value to every characteristic. So, there's a dollar value to being good at walkarounds. You're building value. There's a dollar walkaround to, getting people on test drives. You're building that emotional connection to that vehicle. There's a dollar value to overcoming objections, because now you can move forward in your deal. The objection is not the hurdle anymore. You've overcome the hurdle. There's a dollar value to closing deals, right? Because now you got a sale. But what I want you to really think about is there's dollar values to your characteristics and to yourself. And here's what I'm talking about. If you can smile every day, whether you're having a bad day outside of work or not, but if you can keep a smile on your face during the day, there is a dollar value to that, because someone out there that's having a rough day that's looking at buying cars might get that extra glow from you, that smile, and maybe open up to you a little bit more because they just had a bad experience at another dealership, and here they are walking up to a dealership where the salesman has a beautiful bright smile on his or her face. Okay, so there's a dollar value to being a smiling person. There's a dollar value to having pride in what you do and what you sell. If you can believe in your product, believe in your dealership, there's a dollar value to that, because it's going to come out of your pores with your customer. When salespeople believe in their products, then that comes out of their pores, which gets more sales. And I can use my Verizon lady, that her name is Penny, and she works at a local Verizon store, and she's always smiling, she's always helpful, she's always ready to take me and my devices to the next level. And I buy from her, and I like seeing her because she's always a good person to see to buy my phone or my device of some sort. So that needs to be you. So there's dollar values to all these characteristics. There's dollar values to looking good. There's dollar values to smelling good. There's dollar values to having shiny shoes. There's dollar values to have creases in your clothes, and you look presentable. There's a dollar value to having a nice haircut. There's a dollar value to being clean cut, or at least a beard that's all trimmed up and sharp. There's a dollar value to having your makeup done right. There's a dollar value to having nice jewelry. There's a dollar value to all these things because they all add up. So think about, the way you talk. Think about the way you walk. Think about the way you look. Think about all these characteristics, and you couple that with sales skills, sales abilities, closing deals, the ability to go overcome objections, product knowledge, great walkarounds, great demo drives, being able to present the numbers in a confident way, being able to find solutions in your car deals with your customers. Yes, there's always a solution. It's our job to find the solution in each and every deal. If you're a good problem solver, then you're going to close more deals. Now, how does all the dollar value stuff circle back to would you hire you? So I want you to think about being the owner again, and you're looking at salespeople for a month on the hidden camera and hidden microphones. And you see a salesperson that has good time management, a salesperson that looks good, sounds good, acts professional, a salesperson that has great selling abilities, has the ability to actually sell. Whatever happened to selling, right? Going out there and putting on a show and selling a customer, not just hoping they say yes to a car that they like, but selling them on the fact that, you need to buy this car. Fear of missing out. Don't lose this car deal. Selling. Or you're watching a salesperson being able to close deals and overcome those objections, handling different objections. You're watching a salesman on this hidden camera, hidden microphone with just an overall good work ethic. You're also watching the salesperson on how they interact with the customers. They're making them laugh. They're having fun. It's an interactive experience for the customer. They're not just getting told about the car. They're getting shown the car. They're allowed to push buttons. The salesperson encourages them to remote start it, to pop the trunk via the key fob, to open the hood, to push buttons, to pair their phone. You're watching this stuff as the owner. Wow, that salesperson is very interactive with his customers. You're also watching a salesperson that may have customers that are rude, but they're not quick to get irritated. They're slow to anger, right? They're not jumping on a customer for being rude or whatever. That customer that might be his personality or her personality, or they just left a dealership where the salesperson really irritated them. They want to take it out on you, but this is our chance to show them that you're different, and this is the place you should be doing business and earn their business, not blow them out because they might have been irritated. Are you looking at the salespeople on these cameras and saying, man, that salesperson is an HR nightmare. I can't hire that salesperson for my team? Or is that person clean and doesn't make nasty jokes at work and is not always smoking and joking in the huddles and causing problems? Okay. Are you looking at a salesperson through this hidden camera for this interview / maybe hire? Are they offensive to everyone they work with? Or are they polite and kind and fun to work with? Are you watching a salesperson that never gives up? They couldn't get the guy approved, and they spent an hour with them. But it's water off a duck's back. Hey, it's not my fault they couldn't get approved. The bank didn't want them. They had 15,000 negative equity. They had bad credit. Are you going to let that get to you? Or are you going to say, you know what, I'm moving on? You never give up. And are you the type of salesperson that is always searching for a car deal like a wolf searches for a meal? They travel up to 40 miles a day or maybe even more looking for a meal. Are you that wolf on the car lot, always looking for a deal, always hunting for a deal? That is the type of person, if you were the owner of a dealership, would want to hire. So my question to you is, would you hire you based on your current skills, techniques, abilities, work ethic, etc.? Or are you a work in progress? This doesn't mean this is who you are permanently. We can revisit hiring you at your elite dealership. You're the owner and you're looking at yourself and you're saying, would I hire you? Would I hire me? And if you can answer yes, I would 100% hire that man because his skills are good or elite, or her skills are good or elite, or they're at least moving that direction. That's a good thing. If you can say yes to that answer, then great job that you're moving in the right direction and you already have a lot of these qualities. And if you can say yes to hiring you, you're probably already making a decent amount of money or a great amount of money. Now, if you're saying, no, I would never hire me because you're being truthful, hey, it's okay to be truthful. Sometimes the truth hurts. We've all heard the truth when it hurts sometimes. But if you can look at yourself and say, no, I wouldn't hire that guy. Write down why. Why wouldn't you hire you? And start working on those categories. The whole point of becoming a salesperson is to make a ridiculous amount of money and have a ridiculous amount of fun. Guess what? You can do both. But you have to do it at the right times. You have to come to work. Now, after you've made, 2 or 3 sales for the day or even that big sale, yeah, take a break. Enjoy your spoils. But get back right on the lot, because the best time to sell a car is right after you sold a car, because your ether, your vibrance is way up there. And if you can keep that vibrance day after day, that charisma, then that's when you enter that elite level of sales, because you're happy to do what you're doing and you believe in your product. So be the person you would hire. Be the person that elevates people around you. Be the person that success is in your DNA. And remember, success is a choice. There's a day in each man and woman's life where you're tired of being broke. You're tired of being average, and it clicks. And that happened to me when I was 33 years old. What am I doing? I'm just kind of floating along the car business. I'm doing okay, but nothing's actually happening. I'm repeating my rookie year for 11 and a half years. I'm making the same money as I was when I was new. I haven't elevated, and there was a day that it clicked. And when it clicked, people noticed. And when people noticed, it took me 2 years and 2 months from the point I said this is enough to become a sales manager. 2 years and 2 months after wasting 11 and a half years of just hoping something big happens instead of pressing and trying and getting to that next level. Let this episode be that click. That what am I doing? I've been average for X amount of years. I'm ready to make the big bucks. And let it click in your system right now. Make a commitment. Get your paper out and write down those 4 categories: the good, the bad, the ugly, and the elite. And start working on everything. And you need to move everything over to that elite column. And when you can get that, that's when you become the person that's a leader. That's when you become a person that's worth following for customers and coworkers. That's when you become the dangerous salesman that can threaten, without saying a word, your superior's positions. Like, why do we have you as a sales manager when we could put this guy here? Right? That needs to be you. You need to be dangerous. You need to be so dangerous in the sales game that they're afraid of losing you. And they have to promote you. They have to do certain things to keep you happy. Because guess what? When you get to the elite status, you're the 1%. They could hire 100 salespeople and there's only one of you when you get to the elite status. That is a sales titan. That is someone that's worthy. That is somebody that becomes the leader. Be the person that the dealership could never replace. They could get rid of you. You could move on, but they never replace you. Be the irreplaceable. So let's circle back. Would you hire you? If you say yes, Keep learning, keep training. Good job. If you said no, write things down and do a self-reflection and become the person that you would hire. Become the person that in 30 years you look back on and say, no one can touch my sales records. Nobody. No one can do what I did at that dealership. I'm retired now, and you have all these plaques on your wall and records and trophies, and be like, yep, that was my sales career. That needs to be you. So keep working. Thank you guys for listening into this episode. Hope this episode makes sense to you. I would love to hear your feedback on it. Send me a message via Instagram, Poor2Pro _Car Sales Training, or friend me, follow me on Facebook. Just type in Kyle Galaz, KYLEGALAZ. I'm proud of all you guys for listening, all you girls for listening. Remember, we're all on our path to become sales titans, and you're getting closer and closer every day. The more you learn, the more you train. Thank you very much for the support. Make sure you sign up for the one-on-ones. Season 8, there's going to be only 10 episodes, so make sure you sign up. Message me now. Let's book this thing now. Let's get to the next level now. Why are we waiting? We're not anymore. Get to that next level. Kyle Galaz, signing out.